It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Swings it out to Sadiq Bey. Gets Benny in the corner.
To Abdul-Rahman at midcourt. Extra pass. And it goes for the win. The three-pointer by Jordan Poole. Here's the give. Walker. Kenny Walker. Touchdown. Smarty.
Goff's got it. Back. Looks. Throws. Ends up.
Yes.
Caught. Touchdown Detroit Lions. They did it. Amon-Ra St. Brown on the receiving end.
Sends one to deep left center field. Back it goes, and that ball's out of here. A grand slam from Miguel Cabrera. He's got 2 goals. Larkin in on goal. Scores! His first career hat trick in his 7th season for Dylan Larkin.
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Good Tuesday morning to you. It is the 20th day of June 2023. We welcome you here to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahill, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio and worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. So great to have you riding along with us. Danny Cahalan is at Dan in the studio on Twitter. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. I'm Anthony Bellino at AC Bellino. Feel free, text the show. You can do so by texting the keyword sports radio. Send that to 21,000. Sports radio to 21000. Meyer Supercenter guest line 248-951-2176. 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XB Mornings, Facebook, X's and Bros, and of course, good morning to our television audience as well on BCSN and streaming live on our YouTube page at Michigan Sports Network. Add a .com to that to find our website, or send us an email. Fan feedback email inbox, xbmornings@gmail.com. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you. How are we this morning on this Tuesday, already 3 weeks into the month of June?
I know it. I have another trip up north, like in 3 days. The time is flying by. I believe summer starts like officially like 10:47 tomorrow morning, but it feels like summer's already over with.
Doesn't it though? I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm actually glad you brought up this point because there's so many activities and things that are on the calendar that are, just from a social end, not from a work standpoint. My life usually ends once the work picks up. But this year it feels like there's so much on the social calendar every single weekend. It's like I'm trying to look 2, 3, 4 weeks out in advance. Like, when do I not have something planned? That's what I'm looking for. When do I not have something planned? I think it might have been like, I don't know if it definitely wasn't COVID when I started. Maybe the following year. Maybe I was a year into it, Dan, and you were making like a nonstop every weekend trip up north, like just back and
that's
forth.
Literally, I mean, it's either a trip up north or a wedding, or in this weekend's case, both. I'm going up north for a wedding. So, yeah, it's let's see. Next weekend is Rocket Mortgage Classic. I'm going Friday. Then I'm working. Then the next weekend is a wedding. Weekend after that's a golf trip. Then I have a weekend, a work weekend. Then a bachelor party up north.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's either working or up north the next 6 weeks.
Wow. Well, it's that's kind of incredible. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it is. That's wild. Like that's a lot. I'm trying to think about what all, as you look at the weekends. Like this weekend, I have some friends from college that'll be in town, so that'll be fun. But it'll be a lot. There's not going to be there's no rest this weekend. It's kind of almost like last weekend was. Last weekend had my buddy's wife's birthday extravaganza. Did that. 2 weeks prior to that, I don't even know where I was at a golf outing, went to Cleveland. The week before that, Chicago. You know what I mean? It's just like one thing after another. It's like, my goodness, what is going on here? Jeez. But for me, summer's always June 1st. I know it's not the real day of summer on the calendar. Maybe I should have paid more attention to that because summer to me always started when summer vacation started. But June, July, and August were always my summer months. But really, when you think about it, it's like July, August, September. Right? That first month of June going into July into August, August into September. There's your 3 months.
Yeah, it's just Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's summer.
There it is. Easy peasy. What do you have this weekend?
Going to Toledo Friday.
No.
Doing the Toledo Zoo, leaving right after the show. The family, we're going to the Toledo Zoo, then doing the Mud Hens game.
Say you swear.
I swear. Doing a full day trip to Toledo on Friday. Then Saturday, my youngest son has baseball. Then Sunday, we're going to the Tigers game.
Oh, wow. So you two have an entire action-packed.
It's a baseball weekend.
Baseball weekend. Speaking of which, last night, my oldest son was playing. Had the most Little League home run you could ever have. It was bases loaded. He was the final batter of the inning. Hits a ground ball to first, and he kept running and scored.
I love that. Don't stop.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he was
just
the
keep
final.
going.
He was the final kid of the inning, so he just threw it to first. Up, he just kept going. They threw it to second. He kept going.
Was he ahead of the ball at that point?
Yeah, so like,
Okay.
As soon as he was touching the base, like the throw was coming to the fielder, and then he just kept going. He was just Forrest Gump out there.
It's beautiful. Oh, that's good for some smiles. Welcome to youth sports right there. There's always those moments that you just something good's happening and you know it's not supposed to happen, but we're just gonna let it happen anyways because God bless them, and there they go. It gets a good kick out of the parents, even the parents on the other team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had to offer up some kids from our team to the other team last night because they were a little short. So we only had 7 kids when we showed up, and we had 11. So it's like, all right, you get 2, then we can do 9 versus 9. So, and one of the kids we gave them had a nice hit to right center field. One of the parents was like, "Oh, what can we do to keep him?" It's like, all depends what your snack situation is after the game.
Snack considerations, lady.
Yep.
That's what it is. Snack considerations. This is what we're willing to do. What are you bringing to the table? And I would like, maybe a second rounder or third, just as some compensation. That's all. Piece of cake. That's an easy trade.
Yeah, piece of cake was also involved in the trade.
Okay, piece of cake. Add that in there. Put that in the cooler, would you? So, did you guys get a chance to watch the Tigers game last night?
I did not. I was just following on my phone, just because my son's game was at 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay. All right. So by the time you get in the car, you're moving everybody around. You do the game.
By the time I got settled, I looked. The game just ended as I was going to turn it on.
Still playing fast. They're still playing fast.
Yeah, they did. Okay, they had like a little bit there where they weren't playing fast, but they're back to it at least. Like they were playing some slow games there for a few weeks when they were winning.
And really, it's kind of been a non-story when you think about some of the pushback originally to the pitch clock and some of the guys complaining. We really haven't heard a whole lot about it. There hasn't been any controversy. It's like slowly
I think
but
maybe
surely.
Regular season, yeah, we'll see. Postseason, they might have to slow it down because I mean when you're there, it's quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean maybe to 20 seconds.
No, you can't make a change for the postseason. You just got to get out there and pitch.
Dude, it's tough.
Fast. Play fast, baby. Play fast. Well, we're going to talk Tigers baseball when we return here on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to TullymoreGolf.com. That's TullymoreGolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at TullymoreGolf.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Huge here for all the Mr. Car Wash locations across Michigan. You're going to want to look into that unlimited monthly pass that I use. Superfly Hayes, my producer, uses it. I can get my SUV washed as often as I like for one low price. You can sign up today. Just go to MrCarWash.com or stop by your local Mr. Car Wash location here in Michigan for the one close to you. And to get that unlimited pass, go to MrCarWash.com.
Share your thoughts all morning long on the Meyer Guest Line. Call 248-951-2176. That's 248-951-2176. Now, back to Danny, Ryan, and AB.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahill, Ryan Elking, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Join us now. Calling us on the Meyer Supercenter guest line. You can join us too, or you can text us. Use the keyword Sports Radio. Send that to 21,000 Sports Radio to 21000, or call us at 248-951-2176. 248-951-2176. That's where we find Noah. Good morning, Noah. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, brother. What's going on?
What are your thoughts on the U.S. Open this weekend?
Thoughts on the U.S. Open from a golf viewership standpoint, it was okay. The course was fun to look at, but I didn't think that there wasn't really a lot of juice within the broadcast. Wyndham Clark winning his first was fine. I was rooting for Rory or for Ricky to actually win it, and the fact that Wyndham got his first one, that could be the start of something great for him. So good for Wyndham Clark. But I would say it was probably all in all a little underwhelming. There's Noah. All right, partner. Be good, man. Have a good day. And he's out. He's taking off. He's seen enough. He has seen enough. All right. Last night it was boy, what a night it was. How about this moonshot from Kerry Carpenter? Oh, every time you try to get out, they just keep bringing you back in.
Down the right field line. That ball is gone. A 3-run blast to put the Tigers in the lead.
Oh, man, what a great game. What a great game to go watch. Be there in person. The lights were flickering. Oh, my goodness. That was just spectacular. Good for them. Good for the Tigers. Good for all parties involved, to be honest with you. What a show. What a show. Just Carpenter, clutch as it gets. Seventh inning was spectacular, and I couldn't help but think. So my buddy Gian and his entire family they took his father for Father's Day. So what a great game to go to. Down 3-0 early, to rally back. Then you're down 4-0. You're 4-1 through 5, and then you get into the seventh inning and 5 runs score, including that blast. And then that was all she wrote for the scoring. 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Tigers. Line score for Kansas City, 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors for them. We'll go through the box. McKinstry was 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. He did draw a walk. That's good. Torque was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Kind of back up there, batting second, top of the order. Don't know if I love that yet. Carpenter was 1 for 3 with 3 RBI. The run scored, the home run that he hit also drew a walk. Ibanez was 1 for 4. Maton was 0 for 3. Marisnik came in. He's got donuts across the board. Miggy was 2 for 4. How about Miguel Cabrera going 2 for 4 there? Did have a strikeout, did score a run. Scope was 1 for 4. He had a run scored and a strikeout. Jake Rogers, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 2 RBI, and Zach Short, 0 for 3. The holy number of plate discipline, only 4 strikeouts for the Detroit Tigers as a team, ladies and gentlemen. Plate discipline. Don't just be out here swinging around all willy-nilly. Have a plan at the at-bat and execute your plan.
Did you happen to see the press conference, or I guess not really a press conference, the powwow in the dugout with Scott Harris?
No.
Yes, and people asked him, "Yo, dog, how many bullpen days can we survive?" Because it's getting a little ridiculous. Yeah, sure, Reese Olson was great yesterday.
Filthy.
He
Say it.
15 swings and misses. He looks the part. Can he stay healthy?
No, of course not. You know his elbow's going to blow off here and fall into his toe and break his ankle?
He does look like he has a more genuine, like the proper throwing motion. Whether, it stays that way or they try to change him or, hey, throw this pitch a little more and then it's all over with. We'll see. But, yeah, he looks great. But, yes, I was proud of whoever, I don't even know who it was, that said, like, how many bullpen days can you expect to survive before there's no more bullpen arms available?
What was his answer?
Basically, yeah,
75?
our guys are getting healthy. We're praying they're healthy. Yeah, Tarek Skubal hopefully is here next week. Who was the other guy? Manning. He's starting his throwing program. Faedo, I guess, is just not going to have a middle fingernail pitching now. That's what they're saying. Like, he has to learn to pitch without a fingernail. Ugh. Doesn't that seem like it'd be a little weird? Like, you couldn't put pressure on it almost. I don't know.
Right. Are you going to bandage it?
You can't do that. You definitely can't. I liquid Band-Aid maybe, but you can't definitely can't have like a sticky rubber strip on your.
I can't wait for your crew to zoom in on this guy's fingernail. It's just blown to hell. Like, that's going to be, look at that. Jeez.
Can't wait for them to ask, hey, just show us your middle fingernail, and then he just gives the finger.
Just double birds the camera. It's right here. He's pointing at it. That'd be great. Don't worry, I had all my fingers up when I just did that for the camera. I'm aware, even though it's 6:25.
He had John Morant fingers.
Ooh, Twitter fingers turned to trigger fingers. The words of the great prophet Drake, I believe is what he once said. Reese was dirty last night though. Like he's got some movement on his stuff. I was surprised at that. 100 pitches in total, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them were earned, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. And Alexander Lang cleaned things up. That was it.
I gotta say something for Dan.
Something.
Out of necessity of just the lack of starting pitchers, these younger pitchers are having to come up and throw 100 pitches in a game.
Dude, I love it.
Because, hey, guess what? We can't use the bullpen today. They're all going tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. Like, you're all we have. Like, approach it with that mindset as a starting pitcher and as an organization, right? Because as we have seen, and yes, as Ryan pointed out, this is for Dan, as we have seen, trying to protect those arms is doing nothing whatsoever for this organization. So just throw them. There's no point. Everybody, you got to throw at least 100. Everybody's going 6. We'll figure it out from there. But the more quality and longer outings your starters get, the less responsibility there is on the bullpen. You see how all of this goes hand in hand. It makes perfect sense. Really good night for the Tigers. And don't forget, folks, the win streak now turning and burning. Take game 1 against the Royals. You feel pretty good about where you're standing right now. They're inching back closer. They've got 2 in a row, 4 out of their last 5. Things are feeling good. Royals, by the way, 12th loss in the last 13.
They've lost, I believe, 9 straight series to American League teams.
And their starting pitcher, this is a crazy, crazy number here. Lyles has started 15 games. Jordan Lyles has 6'5", 230, right? His record is 0-11, but they've lost every single start he's made this year.
He was dealing yesterday.
The most in history. 15 starts to start a year without a single win is the most in MLB history. They've been playing that game for a very, very long time. We're going to step aside. We shall return. We've got some NFL news, and rumors are heating up. And are we getting a little NBA-ish on the NFL side? We'll get into that next year. X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, 2 things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
Bill Simonson here from my good friends at Bean Garter. They're now a Dorn Mayhew firm. They're based in Troy, where Dorn Mayhew is located on the east side of the state. Bean Garter will stay in their existing location in downtown Grand Rapids, and Josh Garvey has been named the managing shareholder. Josh was appointed by Dorn Mayhew's board of directors, and Josh will lead the West Michigan office in downtown Grand Rapids in its vision, growth, culture, strategy, and client relationships. And Josh is very honored to lead the Grand Rapids office forward as the next managing shareholder. Bean Garter has had the privilege of serving the West Michigan market for nearly 75 years. And Josh's vision is to uphold that commitment and keep their firm focused on creating meaningful impact relationships in their local community. Congratulations to Josh Garvey, as Bean Garter and Dorn Mayhew are now stronger together.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. Great to have you riding along with us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening. So great to have you all riding along with us. Did you guys hear about this story, by the way, about the submarine that was going to view the Titanic?
Ryan and I were, I don't want to say, I wasn't making fun of the people, but gosh, that's just not, to be uber rich and be able to afford that, and then that's the way it ends, not good. I hope they're found, because that's not cool. Like, you gotta have, I can't,
when you say
hundreds
you
of thousands of dollars.
When you say that you're hundreds of thousands of dollars, we're talking about people like life.
I know that. I'm saying, I understand that. I'm saying, like, it's like an uber rich experience type of thing. You know, it's kind of like
a Titanic thing.
Yes, like I'm talking about, like how Jeff Bezos went up into space. Like, if he would have gone out, that's just like that. Just why don't you just stay on the surface of the planet? That's a good idea.
It was called a Titanic exploration, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Ocean Gate Expedition.
Real experience.
Full experience
is the company here.
Just brush right by that one, Anthony.
We are exploring and mobilizing all options to bring the crew back safely. Our entire focus is on crew members and the submersible and their families. We are deeply thankful for the extensive assistance that we have received from several government agencies and deep-sea companies in our efforts to reestablish contact with the submersible. We are working towards a safe return of the crew members. And in the picture, inside the submarine, it does look like, you'll see PlayStation is trending right now on Twitter. That's why it looks like they're using a PlayStation controller to drive the sub. It just was the strangest story I saw yesterday. It's like, oh, the Titanic's back in the news. I'm like, they're going, like, what? What did they, what? The Ark was built by amateurs. And the more you go down to, C word coming out, the conspiracy theory as to why the Titanic sunk is riveting stuff. Who was on that boat, what their profession was, why were they all in the banking industry, why were all these people on the boat, and who got off the boat at the last minute. Very interesting stuff if you want to go down the old rabbit hole, as they like to say. Just to, I don't know. I don't know how much of it is true. To be honest with you, I don't have time to be looking up what happened on the Titanic, for God's sakes. What year did that sink? 1912? Off the top of my head, that's my guess.
No, it was later than that. I thought it was right around the beginning of the Great Depression.
Could you check it out?
I will.
Thank you. Oh, and sure enough, so I go to reload the Twitter thread, and Benjamin Guggenheim.
Oh, it was. Wow. April 15th, 1912.
Yeah.
So 103 years ago?
Yeah.
111 years ago, I mean. Holy cow.
Yeah, long time ago. Jacob Astor, Asa Strauss, Benjamin Guggenheim, all opposed the new Federal Reserve Bank. And all three men were on the board, aboard when it sank. It's pretty interesting. I believe it was the Rothschilds that got off the boat at the very last minute. So, yeah, look, I don't have a need to go see the Titanic in person. Although, I'm not some super wealthy, like, billionaire, so I have no interest in going to space either. Just not something that I would sign up to do. Just feels ridiculous. Unless I was training for it as an astronaut working for our government to go into space. That would be a little bit different. But I just don't know about going into space as a bunch of amateurs just on like some sort of like circus ride. Like that just sounds like a bad idea. It's going to happen when they start putting pedestrians in space. You know it is. It's going to be some tragic event where somebody paid $500,000 to go into space and the rocket blew up. It's going to look like the Challenger, if you remember that. And everyone's going, oh, I can't believe that happened. Like, you can't believe that would happen? It seems pretty believable to me. Like, not only that we've seen it happen, but, just interesting. That's why the Titanic is trending this morning along with PlayStation. So, All right, now over to the sports, right? Let's get into the sports. But first, let me tell you, golf season is here. Matt Golden and his team, they are ready to welcome you to one of the best golfing experiences in the great state of Michigan. Tullymore Golf Resort in Canadian Lakes offers not one but two championship courses, Tullymore and St. Ives. It's located about an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant, and it's easy to get to because it's smack dab in the middle of the state, no matter what direction you are coming from. Tullymore not only features top-of-the-line golf, but also top-of-the-line accommodations and the perfect space for your wedding event, reception, or group outing. So visit TullymoreGolf.com, TullymoreGolf.com, or call 1-800-972-4837. That's 1-800-972-4837. Book your stay and play at Tullymore today. What is going on in the NFL? That's what I want to know. Dalvin Cook is a free agent after his release from the Minnesota Vikings. So maybe not the player in Lizzo's song. That happened earlier this month. Kind of shocking considering the success that he has had in Minnesota, why they are moving on from him. Does kind of raise your eyebrows a little bit. What is Minnesota doing? And Dalvin Cook was speaking to Adam Schefter earlier in the week on Monday. I guess today's only Tuesday. And DeAndre Hopkins is on his wish list of who he wants to play with. Cook said that Hopkins, quote, if we end up on the same roster, that would be something epic for the NFL. Now, Cook, who's played 6 seasons for the Vikings, turns 28 in August. He was set to make about $14 million, take up that much on the Minnesota cap. After trade talks simmered, the Vikings just decided they would release him. Hopkins is 31, assessing his options as well since his release from the Cardinals last month. He's visited with the Tennessee Titans and the Patriots last week. I know his mindset, and I know his mindset, and I've done play against D-Hop a numerous amount of times, Dalvin told Adam Schefter. When I've been with D-Hop, we chilled together, we've been around each other. You see that person, he wants to win. That's what my mind is at as well. I had to do some adjustment to the quote because it's pretty wild, but whatever. What is it now? So Dalvin Cook, is that not the most NBA thing you've heard?
I don't know.
Well, no, not that. I'm talking about, here's a guy that is a good player, that he's a quote-unquote all-star. I could be an all-star. We're going to change the league when we play together. How many times have we heard that? Do people not understand that this is not fantasy sports? You don't get points just based on statistical production. You could run for 200 yards a game and never see the end zone and lose the football game. Because at the end of the day, statistics honestly don't matter. Did you win the game, yes or no? That's what matters. That's how and why people get hired, people get signed, people get cut, and people get fired. That's why. All right there. The wins and losses column. That's where it's at. And you start to look at why these two individuals, why does Dalvin Cook believe, if it barely happens in the NBA, right? We see a lot of the team up and, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. The Bradley Beal deal. We'll get into that in an hour or two. Bradley Beal going to Phoenix.
It really just sounds like Dalvin Cook wants to hang out with DeAndre Hopkins.
Call him.
He literally just is like, when we've been together, we chill. Cool. That's awesome. Hey, hey, the three of us, we chill. Are we going to be a great football trio? Probably not.
That's the most preposterous thing I have heard. When we've played together, we've chilled. You've chilled. You've just been on ice, right? We hang out. You like his mentality. Do you not know that's not how football works? Here's the thing. Why isn't there more interest for DeAndre Hopkins? Why is this taking so long? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think there's a ton of interest. He just hasn't I think he's just. It seems like he's going on these visits.
He's made
and
2
not
visits,
even,
and he said that he wanted to go. He wants to go play for a contender. And you went and visited the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. I'm sorry, but those aren't 2 teams where I pick up the papers in the morning and go, "Oh my God, what did the Titans do?" The only reason I know what's going on in Tennessee is because Bill calls the show. That's the only reason. In New England, I'm sorry, is Tom coming back? Were they a bunch of world beaters last year? Their offense stinks. They stink. They're not winning the AFC East. Everybody else is getting better. You're not beating Buffalo. You're not beating Miami if their quarterback can stay healthy. The Jets, as much as that pains me to say. Like, what? So where are these other meetings at? Well, how come he hasn't met with the Lions? Why is he not meeting with, we could go down the list of teams that could use a wide receiver like him, unless his number is so preposterous. Like the Bears. Go meet with the Bears. What about the Jaguars? They're a playoff team. Kansas City, do they have any openings on their roster? Or wait a minute. We're not really that worried about winning. Winning would be nice. We kind of want to play for a contender, but we want to make sure that we can, have a nice, 4-year deal here. Yeah, which one is it? Dalvin Cook, 28-year-old running back, and all the running backs are up in arms. Guys like Saquon, being outspoken about it. I get it. They say our position's undervalued. It is. The running back position is definitely undervalued from where it was at the turn of the century. That sounds wild to say, but that's how long it has been since we were all in on the running back draft strategy in fantasy football. There's a little bit of a trend there. Why don't you have to do it? Because there's a plethora of them. And one thing we've learned from NFL coaches, if you can tote the rock, they are going to hand it to you. It doesn't matter if you're a first-round pick, a sixth-round pick, an undrafted free agent. They will, if you can run the football, they will give you that football. How many carries can your body take? That's the only thing, the only big question I have about Bijan Robinson is a guy that, how many touches did he have from high school to college and going into the NFL? That's my only concern. Shelf life, longevity, however you want to refer to it as. That's the big question when it comes to Bijan Robinson. And that's the big question around Dalvin Cook. Like, he's been ultra productive. Is it worth $14 million when you believe you have another back in the stable? You could pay Dalvin Cook $14 million, or you could pay David Montgomery $18 million for 3 seasons. Which deal are you doing? 53-man roster, folks. This is why hard cap, salary cap leagues are the best. This right here. Because it forces you to make tough decisions. And I'm sorry, I just don't know if I'm going running back for $15 million a season. You're nuts. The only person or type of running back that I might do that with is a guy like a Deebo Samuel who's playing multiple positions. But that old school between the tackles runner, $14 million, you've just priced yourself out, especially at 28 years old. Like, the closer you get to 30, Now, the Miami Dolphins, which is where Dalvin Cook is from, is Miami. They're expected to have interest in signing him, but Coach Mike McDaniel danced around the question when it was posed to him last week during his club's minicamp. March 3rd, 1983, the day I was born. Now we take a closer look at that date, and in fact, that is not yesterday. McDaniel told the reporters, "You're not going to get this guy. I'm year 2. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it was way funnier when he said it in the press conference setting. But hey, look, it's not. Meanwhile, you got DeAndre Hopkins running around here. He had 64 catches for 717 yards and 3 touchdowns last season for the Cardinals. 6 1,000-yard seasons on his resume. That's all fine and dandy. What you've done Last couple of years haven't been as productive. Everybody knows who D-Hop is. They're calling him a dynamic player. You know what you're getting out of D-Hop. You know what he's going to bring to your roster. It's the same for me. You know, the film speaks for itself. I don't really have too much, talking about who Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins are. Okay. All right. That's, he's not in a big rush to be signed, wants to be valued. Okay. You just play a bad position for that. I'm sorry. That's the harsh reality. Maybe somebody gives you 12. Maybe. If they have 12 laying around. That's the other thing. Like these June cuts, they're tough because you look at the money that's already been allocated for, deals that were done on the restricted free agent side or extensions. Then you go into the NFL draft, right? You've got your franchise tag floating around. Who are you going to use that on? You go into the draft. You have to have money allotted for those guys. Like not everybody's sitting around with $30 million in, surplus salary cap. Like, oh, yeah, let's just get this guy and that guy. We'll get them both. Like, you want to play with DeAndre Hopkins, not only are you taking a pay cut, but you both are. That's the only way it works financially. And this is when I saw this headline, I'm like, this is the most NFL, like NBA thing ever. Like, two guys think that because they're going to team up, they're automatically going to win. The same thing is going to happen to Phoenix. Phoenix would be lucky to make the finals, the Western Conference Finals. You think I'm crazy? I'm not. How many times you need to see the same story play out before you accept the reality of the situation? Like, they have $160 million in payroll and 4 guys. Like, you can't function like that. You can't operate like that. That's not a winning formula here in today's NBA. We'll get into that deal a little bit later. Plus, why the Bradley Beal trade kind of bothers me. Another trade that makes no sense. And I don't want Bojan going for something crazy like this. So I'll give you more on that coming up in hour number 2. But first, let me remind you to step into a world of nonstop action over at the DraftKings Casino. You can play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots. Plus, you can enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match of their first deposit and score up to $2,000 in their hand in casino bonus funds. How about that? All you got to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings app right now, sign up using the promo code HUGE, and get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds, only at DraftKings Casino, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or somebody has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117. 21 plus, Michigan only, 1 per opted-in customer, minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit and bonus amount require 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions to apply. We'll be back with hour number 2 next year. X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
Disturbed, the Take Back Your Life Tour. Labor Day Monday, September 4th at Soaring Eagle. And same show, same night, Stained. Tickets start at $34 and on sale now at the Soaring Eagle box office or etix.com. Party hard, rock harder. It's been a while. Disturbed and Stained. Labor Day Monday, part of the Soaring Eagle Summer Outdoor Concert Series.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bullying, lack of patience, cruelty to animals. Those are not good traits. They also happen to be critical warning signs of violence. June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police wants you to know that at-risk people often display warning signs before they resort to gun violence. Search online for 10 critical warning signs of violence and ask your local police department how you can safely make a difference.
The Freddie the Pizza Man Foundation is dedicated to providing support to families and Michigan schools touched by autism. We invite you to join us in supporting these families and schools by making a donation at freddythepizzaman.com. With your donation, you can help provide essential resources that can make a real impact. Visit freddythepizzaman.com to make a donation and to learn more about the Foundation's mission. That's FREDI thepizzaman.com. Together, we can make a difference.
Huge here for all the Mr. Car Wash locations. I think there's close to 30 across the Huge Radio Network. For the one close to you, go to MrCarWash.com, and there you can join their Unlimited Wash Club. Now, this is a quick and convenient way to keep your car shining all the time. It's everything you love about getting your car washed in a simple, easy-to-use, affordable plan. As an Unlimited Wash Club member, you will enjoy all the benefits of washing as often as you like, no long-term contract, convenient monthly billing, and now you can be rest assured with a contactless visit. So go to MrCarWash.com right now, sign up for their Unlimited Wash Club Pass, and that means you can get your car washed at any Mr. Car Wash location across the Huge Radio Network or anywhere in America. And for the location close to you across the Huge Radio Network, you can also log on to MrCarWash.com.
Good morning, everyone.
It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a good morning. Wake up to a brand new day.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Welcome back here. Hour number 2 on this Tuesday. X's and Bros on the 20th day of June, 2023. So great to have you right along with us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio and worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. Just download the app, put us right in your pocket. Man, 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. Beautiful time. Text the keyword sports radio. Send that to 21,000 sports radio to 21000. Meyer Supercenter guest line 248-951-2176. 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XP Mornings, Facebook, X's and Bros, and of course, good morning to our television audience as well on BCSN and streaming on our YouTube page, Michigan Sports Network. You can also add a .com to that to find our website. Danny Cahalan is a Dan in the studio. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. And I'm Anthony Bellino at AEC Bellino. All right, what's going on in the world of sports? We'll try to get you all caught up with all the happenings. We'll do so right now in the headlines.
Big news. I have a little news flash.
Let's check the headlines.
No, it's real news for once.
The biggest stories of the local, regional, and national news.
This is huge news.
Down the right field line. That ball is gone. A 3-run blast to put the Tigers in the lead.
Oh, the Tigers. Winners of 4 of their last 5. Ah, come on. Picking it up a little bit. Are they bringing you back? Slowly but surely. 6-4 winner yesterday. An explosive 7th inning for the Tigers, putting 5 on the board, winning 6-4 in game 1 of their series against the Kansas City Royals. And now look at them. 31-40, 9 games back of 500, but only 4 games back of the Minnesota Twins for first place in the AL Central. Also, were you aware of what else is taking place that is absolutely mind-blowing? Almost unfathomable? Any other team in the standings that sticks out to you in Major League Baseball? Any surprise? How about the hottest team in baseball?
Cincinnati Reds?
The Cincinnati Reds, the Big Red Machine and the Nasty Natty have won 9 consecutive games and on June 20th are in first place of the NL Central. It's all because they had Ellie De La Cruz up there. That's why.
Then Joey Votto came back last night. First game of the season for him. I believe he had a 3-run home run.
Well, it must be nice. First came back, just boom, moonshot. Bartender.
Jack.
Hey, Neil Everett's out at ESPN.
Yeah, just retired.
Just said goodbye. Somebody's got to bring that back. Bartender. Jack. Like, it's
an all-timer.
Yeah, double shot. Like, dude, I love that. I love it. All my heart. And man, they've lost a lot of good ones over the years. But he is one of my Stan and Neil. They were a great combination. Epic for the NFL. Dalvin Cook is interested in teaming up with DeAndre Hopkins in whatever fantasy football league they want to play in. Mike Dunleavy Jr. says the Warriors really want Draymond Green back. You might be saying, well, what happened? Well, Draymond Green declined his player option. So you have the NBA draft coming up on Thursday, free agent right after that. And hey, Draymond Green had a $27.6 million player option Monday morning, and now will enter unrestricted free agency. Oh my God, will he join LeBron in Los Angeles? Chris Paul said that he was surprised by the reported trade that will send the future Hall of Fame point guard to the Phoenix Suns, from the Phoenix Suns to the Washington Wizards, telling an interviewer from the New York Times that was published on Monday, but you got to be careful with the New York Times, so who knows what he actually said. Paul also implied that Isaiah Thomas, the former Detroit Pistons legend, who's good friends with the new Suns owner, Matt Ishbia, was involved in the decision process. But Matt Ishbia said that Isaiah doesn't work for the team. He said, quote, but when it comes through, and my son texts me and I realized that, Matt and Isaiah, I guess, wanted to go a different direction. Interesting. Very interesting. Is he on the payroll there in Phoenix, or is he just a special advisor? By the way, that deal that's going to send Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns, according to sources, the Suns are finalizing that trade for the Wizards. More on that coming up here. Victor Wembanyama has arrived in the U.S. ahead of his NBA draft. Here's the deal. And I know that I said that he would be transformational for the Detroit Pistons organization. I stand by that. I think that he will be that. But all of this talk, like if he's not one of the greatest players of all time, he's a bust, I think is an incredibly high and incredibly unfair bar to set on this young man who wasn't even born here. Doesn't have any idea what this media circus and what this circus of a league is like. Like, let's give it some time. Let's give it a little patience. If he doesn't turn out to have more rings than Bill Russell, the kid isn't a failure. They're saying the next KD, skill set wise, yes, but hopefully a more productive career in the wins and losses. Like that's what I need Wembanyama to lead my team. But he's here and allegedly might not play in the summer league. Interesting. Very interesting. The top prospect, Connor Bedard, was named the IIHF Player of the Year. Congratulations to that young fella. He led Canada to the gold medal at the World Junior Championships with a tournament best 23 points, 9 goals, 14 assists in January. Don't worry, you won't have him as a Red Wings fan because we can never move up in the draft. The Mountain West did exactly what I said that they would. Why wouldn't they do this? We talked about this yesterday briefly. They're not going to approve any exceptions for San Diego State. When I saw what San Diego State was asking for, because the Pac-12 doesn't have a TV deal, and so San Diego State's kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, doing the hokey pokey, and they have to let the Mountain West know by the end of the month, or their buyout fee to the conference is going to jump from like $14 million to $30 million. Why would the Mountain West say, yeah, we'll give you an exemption for a month to go find your new home and then pay us half? I don't think so. Figure it out. You're either in or you're out. It's one or the other. Like, the intestinal fortitude for San Diego State to even ask for this sort of exemption, I think, is preposterous. But that's just me. And who else do we have? A young man by the name of Paulius Moroskis is how I'm going to guess that you say his name. He's the top European prospect in his age group. He has signed a letter of intent to go to Arizona to go play for the Wildcats out there, speaking of the Pac-12. So a name that you might want to get familiar with because we may see that coming up in the future drafts, within a year or so. Hey, folks, more headline news coming your direction here with my good friend Matt Golden and our great team over at Tullymore Golf Resort, located in Canadian Lakes. It offers not one but two championship courses, Tullymore and St. Ives. It's located about an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant. It's up north golf without the drive, and it's smack dab in the middle of the state. So if you're coming from up north, it's easy to get to. And it's got the lodging to be able to cater to you, your partner, your foursome, or up to 400 of your closest friends, family, or coworkers. Tullymore not only features top-line golf, but also top-line accommodations and the perfect space for your wedding event, reception, or group outing. Visit TullymoreGolf.com or call 1-800-972-4837. 1-800-972-4837. Book your stay and play at Tullymore today. One quick thought here before we hit the break. I don't think that Draymond Green to the Detroit Pistons is a realistic scenario. I'm just going to throw that out there for you. I don't see exactly how that fits the puzzle. I'd be willing to listen if somebody had a really good idea.
There's only two things that will happen with Draymond Green. He'll either take a lot less money and go back to Golden State, or there's going to be a dumb team out there that throws him a lot more money. And I don't think the Pistons have that dumb money at the moment.
They've got some dumb money, but I don't think they want to go that stupid.
Right.
I would be interested. I think it's going to be Lakers, but I just don't see the fit.
Lakers or Dallas is the rumor team. The
God.
Kyrie, LeBron.
Oh, Draymond just punching Kyrie 7 days a week. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more X's and Bros after this here on the Michigan Sports Network.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at tullymoregolf.com.
Imagine this, winning big at Soaring Eagle. Have a blast with Rolling Thunder Camper Giveaway. Saturdays in June, 2 players every hour win $1,500 premium play. On June 24th, the 11 p.m. winner rolls out in a new Coachman Catalina Legacy Edition. It's Rolling Thunder Camper Giveaway, only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Your getaway reimagined. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete rules and details.
June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police wants you to speak up. In 4 out of 5 school shootings, someone knew about the attacker's intent but didn't report it. If you suspect someone you know may be about to hurt themselves or others, speak up. You can report it safely and anonymously through OK to Say, or contact your local police department and share what you know. Whatever you do, don't keep it to yourself.
listening to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Can't call in? Text us using the keyword sports radio and send it to 21000 or tweet us at XB Mornings. Now back to Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, and Anthony Bellino.
All right. Terry's out here on Twitter making fun of me. And listen here, Terry on Twitter. The Titanic sunk in 1912. That's what I said, 1912. We went and looked it up, and it indeed was in April of 1912. Why I remember that, I have no idea. And Terry's out here saying that I'm off on my years or something. Double check my math on the scorecard. Insinuating that I'm being dishonest while playing golf. I would ask you to unsheath your sword, and I'm going to meet you for a duel. That is a bold claim there. And then tried to double down with this talk about the Titanic in the year that I got right. I think you need some coffee, Terry. I think that's what you need. And I would have had coffee, but for the 17th consecutive day in a row, and I work at a grocery store, it's inexplicable, it's inexcusable, it's downright blasphemous that I would walk out of there without coffee again. Again, just do it. Laugh. Have your fun. Go ahead.
Speaking of swords, did you see that the sword that they discovered? Like
was it in a stone?
No, it's a 3,000-year-old sword.
Where?
In Germany.
This, Dan,
is
the stuff I want to see. Send me this. Don't send me, The Rock's taking on John Cena. Don't send me that. Send me they found the sword in the stone in old Bavaria. Like, send me that. I'm interested in that.
I'll put the link in the sheet.
Thank you. Link me up. Let me get LinkedIn so somebody could spam me about selling something. Jeez. These people. And it all started with you, Terry. This is your fault. You brought this upon us. Now you got me all fired up. And yes, I still don't have coffee. I'm not dependent on it. That's the thing. Last night I was like, I forgot to get coffee. That's fine. I'll just have water. You don't need coffee to survive. It's nothing that says like, oh my God, you got to have coffee or your day is going to be absolutely ruined. Or that you're going to sound a little raspy in the morning because you have no smooth, delicious bean water with a white mocha creamer to massage the larynx first thing in the morning. You don't need that.
Oh, you have K. You use K pods, right? K cups, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
You don't have a regular coffee.
I had a regular coffee maker and the coffee pot broke. I dropped it. It was a sad day. A very sad day.
Yeah, because then, like, you could just have a bulk. You can have, like, your really good coffee and then just, like, oh, I have this coffee in case I run out of the good coffee. But you can't really do that when you have K-Cups. I mean, you could, but K-Cups are expensive.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual
ground coffee. You can get the little converter
the little...
where you can. It's a reusable K cup where you can just put ground coffee in it.
That's what I need to do. I need to get the converter kit for the K cups because I don't know what the cost per cup is, but I'm sure it's stupid.
Yeah, just go that. That's probably your best route.
And just some cheap Maxwell House or whatever. Actually, now that we're talking about coffee, I think we have some news coming up with a coffee company. So maybe I'll have some new coffee to have in the morning that I can tell you about. But that is maybe
just the moment you wake up.
What's in your cup? Remember those commercials?
Oh, those were the best.
Sun would set like an open field.
Like how the Folgers theme song didn't hit #1 on the Billboard charts is still one of the biggest pop culture mysteries, right behind who killed Biggie and Tupac.
And right behind what the hell Terry's talking about this morning, because I'm not gonna sit here and get slandered on the internet, Terry. You're gonna have to answer. You're gonna have to explain yourself.
Speaking of explaining themselves,
yeah.
Lions alternate helmet.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's a big surprise. All right, but first let's get to it's hour 2 at segment 2, which means it's time to test Dan and Ryan's knowledge in Detroit Lions trivia. This is fascinating. When the Detroit Lions play Monday Night Football this year, I forget which game's first. Maybe Dallas, I don't know. Anyways, what is their all-time record in 37 appearances on Monday Night Football? And we've got Monday night games this year, folks. We are prime time, baby.
Did you say 37?
37 appearances. And only 2, I think, have happened since 2011. The Motown Showdown against the Bears. And Matty P's flop against the Jets.
13, 22, and 2.
I was going to say 14 and 23.
Actually, for both of you, really close. I give both of you because you're both very close. Ryan did factor in that there is a tie. There is a tie. The Lions are 16, 20, and 1 in 37 appearances all time on Monday Night Football. It's Monday night. So then, on a Monday morning-ish, the Detroit Lions posted a picture. And this picture had a vehicle on it. I thought, well, that's interesting. I wonder what this vehicle is. It's kind of odd. At the top right corner of the vehicle, looks like an old Mustang. I'm not much of a car guy, but if I had to guess, that's what I would guess. It says June 21. Okay. And then the license plate is a pure Michigan, all white, beautiful license plate. Pure Michigan. It says ALT space HMT, which we would decipher these hieroglyphs. An alternate helmet coming to the Detroit Lions. I mean, the show goes on. It feels like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street. Like, it is just, I mean, the hits just keep on coming. Boy,
yeah, that looks like, if I had to guess, that's a Mach 1, just based on that rear end there.
Man, you could tell what it is just purely based on seeing the backside?
Yep.
That's a talent, my friend. How do you know when it doesn't turn? No, I'm teasing. All right, so you have all of this all of this positive momentum going for this team. And now we're going to release an alternate helmet. What do we want the helmet to be? What do we want it to be? Today's going to be the day. I think somewhere in a pile of tweets. I don't want to go back in time. Dapper Lion said that's an early 70s Mustang Mach 1, so very well done, Dan. Which to me would imply these style throwbacks are the new alternate helmet, just a guess. No.
That's kind of what I was thinking, too.
No.
What if they just went back to the 90s helmet? Just I loved the simplicity. Not the no logo ones. I'm talking like the Barry years. Those were great. With the simple lion.
So I've got a quick thread here of some concepts that I saw online. I'm going to retweet it because this is back from, I don't even know when was this, July 21st of last year. So I'm going to just throw it up here right now so that everyone could see it.
Dang. Hey, Ken Tari's son Chase, he guessed 16 wins on Monday Night Football.
Really?
He did.
Wow. I wish I had a prize for him. Maybe I'll get him a free cup of soup or something. A pot pie, huh? Come on, Ken, stop on by today. Come on. So in this thread, some wild concept ideas that are just they're just out there. There is an all blue with a silver face mask that is sharp. There's an all white with a blue lion blue face mask that I think is sharp. There's a wild two-tone sort of silver in Honolulu blue action going on here. And then a white with a similar, kind of, I don't know, design maybe. These are just concepts. Just concepts. I saw that somebody had posted in the thread from that tweet about the Lions about the fact that there's like I don't know, it's like a white with silver. Goes really well with their white and silver.
People are saying the stripe on the rear end of that Mustang perhaps is giving clues. Next to the June 21st,
Yeah.
Like how it's a line, 3 lines next to each other, perhaps like down the middle of the helmet.
The license plate does say historical. You know what I mean? Just this could hurt today. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. But we gotta get rid of the all grays. We gotta get rid of those, the quote unquote color rush. They're awful. I didn't realize how long we were over. Why didn't somebody tell me? We'll be right back here on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Bill Simonson here from my good friends at Bean Garter. They're now a Dorn Mayhew firm. They're based in Troy, where Dorn Mayhew is located on the east side of the state. Bean Garter will stay in their existing location in downtown Grand Rapids, and Josh Garvey has been named the managing shareholder. Josh was appointed by Dorn Mayhew's board of directors, and Josh will lead the West Michigan office in downtown Grand Rapids in its vision, growth, culture, strategy, and client relationships. And Josh is very honored to lead the Grand Rapids office forward as the next managing shareholder. Bean Garter has had the privilege of serving the West Michigan market for nearly 75 years. And Josh's vision is to uphold that commitment and keep their firm focused on creating meaningful impact relationships in their local community. Congratulations to Josh Garvey, as Bean Garter and Dorn Mayhew are now stronger together.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Freddie the Pizza Man Foundation is dedicated to providing support to families and Michigan schools touched by autism. We invite you to join us in supporting these families and schools by making a donation at freddythepizzaman.com. With your donation, you can help provide essential resources that can make a real impact. Visit freddythepizzaman.com to make a donation and to learn more about the foundation's mission. That's FREDI thepizzaman.com. Together, we can make a difference.
You're listening to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Can't call in? Text us using the keyword sports radio and send it to 21000 or tweet us at XB Mornings. Now back to Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, and Anthony Bellino.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. Great to have you ride along with us. Want to remind you, folks, DraftKings Casino is open and ready for you to go to step into a world of nonstop action over at DraftKings. Play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots, plus enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match of the first deposit, score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE, promo code HUGE. Get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 casino bonus funds. Only at DraftKings Casino, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117, 21 plus Michigan only. One per opted-in customer. Minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit bonus amount require 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.com. Pardon me, casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. You have no concerns or question over Jahmyr Gibbs. It's a terrible attempt at spelling his name. Only Bijan. Why just Bijan? Who sent that in? Do we know? So may I address the individual?
I think it was Freddie.
Freddie? The reason I don't have concerns or am not as concerned about Jahmyr as I am on Bijan, because Bijan carried the ball almost 550 times in college football. That's why. He's got almost 200 more carries than Jahmyr Gibbs at the collegiate level. That's why. 258 carries last year alone. That's why. It's got nothing to do with Jahmyr Gibbs playing for the Detroit Lions. It's got everything to do with your amount of work as a college running back. I would have the same exact question about Blake Corum and where he's at. Like, yeah, I mean, these guys obviously they want to have the ball in their hand. I understand that. They want to run. I get it. They want the yards, the touchdowns. They want everything that could make them a Heisman candidate. Blake Corum carried the ball 247 times last year. He's got 417 carries already. He could touch 600 carries in college. That, to me, looks like damaged goods. The other reason I'm not overly concerned about Jahmyr Gibbs, because he's got more catches out of the backfield or a lined out wide. Doesn't really matter where you catch it from. But more grabs. He's going to be used a lot more like that in Detroit. Right? So you're not going to get that in between the tackles running. That's some hard living right there. That is hard living. I want to stay on the Lions here for a minute. The Patriots, Broncos, Buccaneers, Seahawks finally won Super Bowls when they changed their helmet. Lions need to change their helmet. Wow. Okay. From an unknown texter. Yeah, I mean, I'm down with it. I don't want to go. I just don't want to go back in time. Like, I'm good. We've seen it. Let's just update a little bit. The all-white jerseys, fabulous. The white jersey with the blue pant, fabulous. The all blues, great. The, traditional, okay. It's okay. The all gray, burn it with fire. Never bring it back. How do you have a color rush uniform is what that's branded as. How do you do a color rush with the color gray? Explain that to me, somebody, please. I'll wait. Yeah, let's have a color rush. Yeah, great idea. What are we going to do, Nike? Gray. When I think color, gray isn't even on the spectrum. So we do have some nice combos and some good-looking, things that we can roll out there. But I want the helmet's got to be a doozy. Like, don't I have a Barry right here. I don't think we need to go back in time to that helmet. Let's update.
I did some research of all the all the helmets Lions have had in Lions history. And between 1950 and 1955, they did sport an all-blue helmet for a few games as an alternate helmet.
Yeah, I'm looking at like the the clues that allegedly are given on that in the picture. And if it is going to be a 70s, then yeah, I mean that's pretty much what we're looking at. The blue stripes with the thick white stripe down the middle and the Lions old school logo. Not the really, really old one, but the timid or the not so detailed lion on there. We'll see. You want, Anthony, you're looking for a complete
update.
You want like a mirrored crazy one. I don't think that's what we're going to get, but you never know. It could. What if it's like the old logo but a mirrored helmet or something?
What do you mean by mirrored?
Chrome finish?
Yeah.
Chrome-esque finish.
I don't even know if I want that. All I want is something new. That's it. Just something new. Like you have your normal helmet, which is fine. That's great with the lion. If it's the blue top with the chrome face mask, or if it's white, whatever whoever's in charge of this project, this is a big one.
What if they just steal the Tigers' idea and they just give them a Red Wings helmet?
Synergy. And then on sacks, they just deliver pizzas. Like in that thread that I had that I retweeted from 2022. Those are some much different, like, looking concepts. Just because purely based on color. Right? I kind of like the white with the blue face mask and the blue lion. If it's the silver one with the blue lion coming out and the blue along the bottom, like the bottom third, okay. If it's white with just, how do I say this in a respectful way? Because it's not like I don't hate our current helmet. I'm just ready for something different. I'm ready for something new. Like people when they get excited about the Thanksgiving Day throwbacks, I really don't. I really don't get excited over those. They're so bland. Like our uniform combos can look really nice. Let's just dump the gray. Just get rid of the gray. And, maybe we do something different there. Maybe. And we could do that with hopefully a new helmet. Now, whenever this thing comes out, whether it's tomorrow morning or tomorrow at 5, whether it's in the den, however they want to do this. Whenever this helmet comes out, there's going to be backlash like you've never seen before. People are just going to be mad online. It doesn't matter. We can't agree on anything. We're absolutely not going to agree on a helmet.
What if HMT is something else? Like the last big reveal, and they're just messing with the fans.
The last big reveal being
the change from Pepsi to Coca-Cola.
Oh my God! Yeah, that was something, wasn't it? Was that not something? I mean, were you people not excited about that?
I'm trying to think what HMT could be.
Hit markers. Call of Duty hit markers. That's all I can think about. Yeah. We knew that there was going to be, we knew that there'd be like a little bit of a change. They're due for one. It's time. I do like the white in blue. Maybe that's why they went with the pure Michigan plate, because they're going to go with the white base and some blue. I like that. I know that our colors are Honolulu blue and silver. I get it. Not trying to steal the colors away from anybody. But our chrome, our gray, our chrome is just a little boring. Who's on hold you got there, Dan?
Freddie the Pizza Man.
Freddie, good morning, Freddie. How are you?
Good morning, AB. I finally agree with you on something.
What's that?
I'll get to that. Don't relax. Take your time. Let it breathe. Relax. First, I'd like to talk to Ryan and Danny, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, sure.
Michigan State fans, both of them. Ryan, since you're the biggest Michigan State fan on the planet I know, I want you to know something. Michigan State University is one-class university. I just want you to know that. Now I know why you're a fan.
I saw that you were up there getting things started.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't want to get all the details. I just want you to know that they are a first-rate class university. I will tell you that. I'm telling you. And I'm not just saying that to say that, and because they allowed me in. They are a first-rate class. I'll tell you, absolutely class university. And my family and I left Spartan fans. I'll tell you that we left Spartan fans. So hopefully you'll welcome us in. So great university. Now, Anthony, I finally agree with you on something. The gray uniforms, they need to go in the garbage. Please get rid of those gray, ugly primer.
Burn them.
Whatever you call. All I can think of is when I see that stupid, ugly uniform is Eric Ebron doing the shuffle dance after a touchdown. That's all I can think of. He tried jumping in on that shuffle dance that they did, and no, get rid of them. Now, I know we talked about this before. If it was me, I wouldn't make it an alternate. I would do two things. I would either go back to the original lion that they had when Spielman and Barry wore that lion, that helmet. It was just a clean look. Or I would do the Cleveland Browns. I would go all silver. Honestly, they wore that all silver a couple of years ago. I don't remember for which game, but that thing was sweet. All silver, and then the blue uniform. I love the helmet. We don't need nothing on it. We're the Detroit Lions. We don't need nothing on there. We're going to be Super Bowl champions. Look at our helmets, all silver. Rub it in, everybody.
Like when we came out with the white top and the blue pant, it was like a different blue, right? It was like a real true Honolulu blue, not like a dark blue. And it just popped on the screen. And it was, the big block numbers, the blue pant, the white jersey, and then you got this gray lid on your head that just the silver. I don't know.
They wore it a couple of years. They wore it a couple of years ago. You remember that, right?
Yeah, the all silver. Yeah, it's a part of their throwback collection too. When they bring out the throwbacks.
Yeah, it was a nice. So I hope they don't go all blue helmet. I mean, I've seen some of those pictures. I don't want all blue helmet, but don't you think they're going to end up doing the long line with the two racing stripes down the middle? Don't you think that's what obviously it's going to look like? Whatever color helmet they pick, they're going to obviously probably silver, but don't you think it's going to be that long line with the two racing stripes down the middle?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that staying because that's been a part of it for a long time. So I could get that. I mean, they've always had the line, even now with the silver helmet and the blue. The line used to be white, and then it was flanked by two of the blue racing stripes, and now the line is blue with the two blue racing stripes. So I didn't hate the black either. When they went all black, they just didn't do it just wasn't the right mix of colors. You know what I mean? Like black and blue can be kind of tough if you do it properly. And
all I can picture is Roy Williams.
Yeah, and look, I get it. I understand why that would be a memory that you'd probably want to delete immediately because we've been
first down. We got a first down. We're down 20. We got a first down. Roy Williams. Oh, that disgusts me. The other logo I would consider is Barry Sanders running, and a picture of Barry Sanders running on the helmet, and Tony Casillas just standing there looking backwards. That would be a sweet logo too.
Yeah, put that on a shirt.
Yeah, no, right in the helmet, baby. Right in the helmet.
All right, Freddie.
Buddy,
well, I'm glad to see you join Spartan Nation. That's good.
Oh man, I tell you, we got some big things going on there, man. Big things for a lot of years. I can't wait to share the news. But I'm telling you, they are a first-rate organization. They are just incredible from everyone that runs that place, and just top down. And to be in the president all by yourself, I thought that was one of the coolest things I really have ever done. Kids ran around the concourse. Ryan will know 1,000 times around that concourse. They fell asleep in the car from the second we got in the car to the hotel. They fell asleep 1,000 times around that concourse. Oh yeah, they were tired. But anyways, Ryan, if you could look up for me before the end of the show, if you have time, how many carries did Barry Sanders have his sophomore year in college and junior year? Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay. All right. See you, Freddie. There he goes.
Speaking of Michigan State, do give a shout out to Paulette Morris. She's the one that handled all like the credentialing there, just retired.
Oh.
So
round of applause for her then, right?
Yes. Because I remember when I first started covering games up there, I was doing kind of just pick and choose games due to my schedule. And the first year I did full season, she came up, handed me all my passes. She goes, "Hey, we're really glad you could do the full season this year. You know, it's really good to see that you can make all the games."
Oh, wow.
So she's one that made me feel really welcome into the press box and kind of like, all right, you know, I'm not just some invisible face here. Like, people notice that I'm actually attending these things.
And now somebody has a very tough job to take over.
Yeah, that ain't easy.
She did a fantastic job just kind of connecting with everyone, even as someone is the guy that sits in the last row and asks the dumbest questions available of, you know, because that's other people are there writing real stories. I'm there to ask what their thoughts on the neon jerseys are.
344 is the number, by the way, in 1988 at Oklahoma State for Barry Sanders when they played in the Big Eight conference. Things done changed, Freddie. Things done changed.
Including the fact that nobody touched Barry Sanders.
And 523 total carries in college.
Completely untackleable.
It's not like he wasn't Bijan running up the A gap every single time.
Yeah, I mean, look, guy had some mileage though. Mileage scares me, and it's fine.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, look, just as how that our previous caller likes to say that, you know, I won't say anything negative about somebody that I work for, right? Which is just preposterous to me because they all know that I have a job to do. I choose to do this job differently, right? But that would be like somebody that's like ringing the cash register at his business, slandering him.
Bijan Robinson only had 16 more carries in college than Barry Sanders.
I didn't even think after all of that, I didn't think that Bijan even had more carries than Barry. But Barry had how many in one season? What did I just say? 344?
Yeah.
That'll skew the number a little bit. We're not going to. But now that Freddie, had a positive experience at Michigan State, he'll be all Michigan State slappy. You see how that works? Just keep everybody on their toes. We'll be back hour 3 next. X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network.
In the den. Hey, sports fans, here's a hanging curveball that you can knock out of the ballpark. This is Matt Shepard, the voice of Detroit baseball, inviting you to step up to the plate at Eagle Casino and Sports, the mobile sports book where you can bet on all your favorites all year round, including, of course, our national pastime. So download the app and start winning today. Eagle Casino and Sports, made in Michigan, made for Michigan. Must be 21 years or older and in Michigan to play.
I have talked in the past about the importance of winning games within the division. Arguably, winning games against the Central Division has been the key to the Tigers being competitive so far. Detroit has won 5 of their first 6 series against the AL Central, save the 1 series sweep in Chicago earlier. Wins against Kansas City and Minnesota would go a long way to staying in the race in the division. And yes, we all know how weak the division is, but I never understood why that mattered. Did we make that excuse when the Packers were ruling the NFC North or the Patriots winning the AFC East on a regular basis? No. You win the games in front of you, and the Tigers need to take advantage to make sure this is an even more interesting summer than we thought.
The Freddie the Pizza Man Foundation is dedicated to providing support to families and Michigan schools touched by autism. We invite you to join us in supporting these families and schools by making a donation at freddythepizzaman.com. With your donation, you can help provide essential resources that can make a real impact. Visit freddythepizzaman.com to make a donation and to learn more about the foundation's mission. That's FREDI thepizzaman.com. Together, we can make a difference.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis,
Hey,
Missouri.
this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, two things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
It's time for Michigan Sports Talk Morning Show, broadcasting live all across the state of Michigan and Northwest Ohio. This is X's and Bros.
Swings it out to Sadiq Bey. Gets Benny in the corner. To Abdul-Rahman at midcourt. Extra pass. And it goes for the win. The three-pointer by Jordan Poole. Here's the give. Walker. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown. Smarty. Goff's got it. Back. Looks. Throws. Ends up. Yes. Caught. Touchdown. Detroit Lions. They did it. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the receiving end.
Sends one to deep left center field. Back it goes, and that ball's out of here. A grand slam from Miguel Cabrera. He's got 2 goals. Larkin in on goal. Scores! His first career hat trick in his 7th season for Dylan Larkin.
Here's your host, Anthony Bellino.
Rise and shine, folks. Welcome back here, X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio and worldwide. On the iHeartRadio app, we say good morning to you. We welcome you. We thank you. We appreciate you. And, of course, we encourage you to join the program at any time. You text the keyword sports radio, send that to 21,000 sports radio to 21000. Meyer Supercenter guest line 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. We're on Twitter at XB Mornings, Facebook, X's and Bros, and of course, good morning to our television audience as well on BCSN and streaming live on our YouTube page at Michigan Sports Network at a.com to that to find our website. Danny Cahalan is at Dan in the studio. Ryan Elke is at RyanL_Key. And I'm Anthony Bellino at AC Bellino. And finally, I can now click the link to see this article of German archaeologists are thrilled to have dug up a Bronze Age sword more than 3,000 years old, which is extraordinarily well preserved, they say. Its condition is so good, quote, it almost shines, says the Bavaria State Office for Monument Protection. The grave contains bones of a man, woman, and boy, and other bronze items. So it looks like the family was buried together along with said sword. And yeah, the pictures, like, yep, those are bones. Those are definitely bones. Just buried in the ground. Just hanging out there with this bronze sword. That's crazy. Man. I mean, that's, you know, that's a tough life. You weren't just walking around with that sword just delivering gift baskets. That's some hard living. That's why life expectancy was way lower. Global population on the rise. Now, less hand-to-hand combat. Back then, I mean, what? If you were 40, you're like, well,
it wasn't that there was less. There were fewer people. There were few and far between.
Yeah, because you're dying at the age of 16. As a man, you go to war. That's what you do. You're having kids at like 17. If you made it to 20, you would be like, wow, look at this guy. He's got 15 years of bad combat experience. Like, yeah, it's what they did. Fought all day, every day. They didn't have time for all the chicanery. They weren't sitting around on Twitter. They were out plowing fields, doing manly stuff, picking up rocks, building stuff. Now look at us. Look at us. We look like a bunch of idiots. We're out here, Twitter beefs and selling sneakers and just a bunch of fools. Buffoonery. Get your hands dirty. Pick something up. Put it down. Rub some dirt on your chest. You get chest hair and stuff. Now we don't. Now it's just whatever. Different era. Back then, 3,000 years ago, that's when men were men. Bill Burr. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. Hilarious. So we got a lot going on here today. Lions have a helmet release that's coming out tomorrow. I'm going to continue to search at some point today. I'm going to continue my quest to try to find the one helmet that I see that I just like. Yeah, that's all I want. I want to see the helmet that sticks out to me and says, you know what, go with this. And then be disappointed when it's not that. That's what I want. What I don't want is the Pepsi to Coke announcement. I don't know. I try not to drink any of it anyways. Way too much sugar, too much other stuff. You know, I'm trying to wean myself off of the like the Coke Zero, Sprite Zero sort of kick. You know, because all it is aspartame.
Dude, I think that's more addicting than regular, like Coca-Cola. The Zero is like, I want one of those every day. I go into the gas station, I'm like, Cherry Coke Zero. But I can't. I don't do it. I haven't.
How do they
lately.
make it? How do they make it? That's all I want to know. How is this 0? Because this is easily 100 in my book. This tastes so good, I can't get enough of it. Why am I the way that I am? Right? How is this a 0? Because it doesn't have like some processed sugar in there?
It's got
some potion.
Yeah, it's got some EVOO that they turned into sugar.
It's got what? EVOO?
Dude, look, that's a lot of replacement. God. They're replacing a lot of stuff with oils, and that's why.
Yeah, palm oils and seed oils and stuff. Yeah, we're, you know. So I was listening to something the other day. They were talking about diabetes because my family is diabetic, right? I mean, we just like it's
the country is diabetic. Anthony.
Well, yeah, but they were talking about how it's not a Latin word. Like it's not in the guy the same. This is the same guy.
Well, it's because it's diabetes.
Diabetes. Check your blood sugar. Check it often. Shout out to Wilfred Brimley. Yeah, I used to have to. You know, I didn't have to, but my grandfather would prick my finger as a kid, and we would check my blood sugar. But he did it, and he didn't like. He was okay with it. He had to do it, so I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it too, and so you know, this doctor's sitting there. He's talking like, "Hey, here's the so we took smoking off of hospital campuses, right? The next thing we need to do is take out vending machines that carry pop." And I'm like, yeah, because that stuff's poison. Like, it makes total sense why you would do that. Like, absolutely. Why wouldn't they do it? Why would you have pop in a hospital? It makes no sense. Well, because healthy people, you can't make any money off of healthy people.
Repeat customers.
Repeat customers. Thank you, right? It's a business. They're there to make money. Let's chop your limbs off, pump you with this medicine. You'll be fine. It's just ridiculous, right? The whole thing is just preposterous to me. The minute they monetize medicine and stop doing it for goodwill and out of good faith, like, I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be cynical about it. Like, it is what it is. Like, you don't need a pharmaceutical drug for everything. If you're having a bad day, we just call it a bad day. Don't pop like 17 pills and then wonder why you're having a bad month. It's like, dude, you got to get off the drugs. Go to acupuncture. Get a massage. Sit in a sauna. Have a bonfire.
I want to get a massage.
Call your mother. All of those things will work. 94%.
Unless calling your mother is causing all those issues, then don't call your mother.
Then call your wife's mom. Call somebody else's mom, right? It can happen. Can happen. But I don't even know where I was going with all this. Something about hospitals. Oh, diabetes. That's where I was at. So it's the guy said we should call it what it is. And what that is processed food like disease. That's what it is. It's a processed food disease. And then I'm like, yeah, so in our wine, we have like allegedly X amount of preservatives in our wine here in America that are illegal in other countries. I'm like, why is that? Is that why we all have headaches? Is that why you need to put the little top purifier aerator thing in your wine and then pour it out of that so it sucks all the tannins out or whatever so you don't feel like dirt the next day? 3,000 years ago, last time Michigan won a full natty. Funny guy. A lot of good jokes there. Best team 3,000 years ago. Still the best team in the Big Ten today. How do you feel about that? I could tell we're going that direction. We're getting closer, folks. It's summer. It's the dog days of summer. I watched a baseball player build a sandcastle in the dirt. Football season is coming, folks. And now that Freddie's all in on the Michigan State wagon because he has one dinner where Tom Izzo's there, it's going to be all Michigan State slap this, Michigan State slap that. If Harbaugh walked in today and they sat together and had a conversation, he would love him. He'd be right back on the Michigan wagon. And that's what needs to happen. It's not that you won't say negative about your teams. I respect that. I keep you on your toes when you slander other players without giving them a chance. Oh, and I get slandered to online in certain sites as well. So I know what it feels like. Luckily, it's more positive. If it's positive, then it's not slander. It's complete opposite. We'll be right back with X's and Bros here on the Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, Meyer.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
Let's root for the home team. This week, shop Meyer for 30% off Tigers apparel. Exclusions apply. Meyer, your proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers. Now that's a winning team.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Have you ever played golf at Tullymore, St. Ives? Have you experienced a stay-and-play package in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of Grand Rapids? Well, here's what you need to do if you want to take advantage of great deals right now. Go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com, and you'll see the link for packages, accommodations, dining, meetings, weddings, events, and so much more, and especially golf on the 18-hole layout at Tullymore and the 18 holes at St. Ives. And they can accommodate any group, whether it's 2 people getting together or 200 looking for a weekend or an overnight celebration. That includes a little business, golf, great food, and beverages. Just go to tullymoregolf.com. That's tullymoregolf.com. They're located in Canadian Lakes, Michigan, less than an hour north of GR. Get more info at tullymoregolf.com. Huge here for all the Mr. Car Wash locations across Michigan. You're going to want to look into that unlimited monthly pass that I use. Superfly Hayes, my producer, uses it. I can get my SUV washed as often as I like for one low price. You can sign up today. Just go to MrCarWash.com or stop by your local Mr. Car Wash location here in Michigan. For the one close to you, and to get that unlimited pass, go to MrCarWash.com.
This is X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros. Oh, man, got golf league tomorrow, even though Terry insulted me and tried to tell me I can't count. I'm looking forward to embedding a ball, getting free relief now that we learned a new rule over the weekend in the U.S. Open. And you know what? If you're looking for some free relief, well, I can't guarantee it's going to be free, but it would definitely be some relief there. You can take it there at Tullymore Golf Resort in Canadian Lakes. Call my friend Matt Golden. He and his team are ready to welcome you with open arms. Tullymore Golf Resort in Canadian Lakes, offering not one but two championship courses, Tullymore and St. Ives. It's an hour north of Grand Rapids, 30 minutes west of Mount Pleasant. It's smack dab in the middle of the state, so it's easy to get to no matter where you're driving from. Visit TullymoreGolf.com, TullymoreGolf.com, or call 1-800-972-4837. That's 1-800-972-4837. Book your stay and play at Tullymore today. Very excited about that. Getting up to Tullymore here in a couple weeks.
I got to plan a trip. I have to plan a trip to Tullymore because that will be like one of the big three that I don't get to this summer. Really, I'm going to Boyne and I'm going to Treetops.
Ooh!
So I need to get to Tullymore.
Wow, when are you going to Boyne and Treetops?
Treetops is in a couple 2-3 weeks, and then a couple weeks after that's Boyne.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I've played the Fazio at Treetops, and I played Crooked Tree at Boyne so far.
Love Crooked Tree. Love Crooked Tree.
Trying to think if I've played... Oh, the Mountain Course, I believe, was the other one at Boyne. I think that's what it's called.
Gotcha. All right. That'll be fun. Nice little golf getaway. Who doesn't love that? All right. So on the NBA side of things, plenty of storylines here. Draymond Green has opted out of his contract. There have been some thoughts here, and I know what you people are going to say because it's me and whatever. But you're going to think that this is something like anti-Draymond Green. No, it's not. I just don't think that works for the Pistons. Not with where they're at right now. And
with all the people they have on their roster.
Yeah, I mean, good God. Do we need any more power forwards? Do we need any more centers? Like, the front court's pretty full here.
Another big guy that can't shoot from the outside.
Oh, that's like our MO right now. If there is... He's declining a $27.6 million player option. That's a lot of money. If Draymond Green decides that he is going to take less for the betterment of the Golden State organization, from an optic standpoint, that's probably a very good move. I would look at him like, hey, how much do we need? How much do we need right now for this contract? Like, what do you think we are going to be able to do post-career? You've got the, your podcast or whatever. You've got your appearances on TNT. Dude loves to talk, so he's going to have a media career. Do we need to make that kind of money in basketball right now in order to keep it together in Golden State? Now, Mike Dunleavy
I don't
Jr.
know. You're talking about TV appearances. Like, Draymond might not be like that basketball TV guy, though. He could do some game shows or something like that.
I could 100% see him on The View.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that where they can get everybody aggravated, and yeah, I could see that 100%. Yes, 100%. I could see him in a show like that. Maybe he does sports television that's maybe not basketball. Maybe he goes against Screamin' A. Maybe they do that. First Take with Draymond and Stephen A. I don't know. My point is that he's going to have
lots of FCC violations. I have a feeling
the FCC won't let me be. But Draymond has other options. The question is, will the Players Association and his management, they want to maximize every single deal that they can, and the reason that is because they want the salaries to continue to increase. And that would make sense. But Draymond's a guy that probably could take a little bit less. I don't know if I'm paying Draymond Green $27 million a season. In fact, I know that I'm not, but I don't have to worry about it. It's not my money, so what do I care? But for me personally, I'm not giving Draymond $27 million. Mike Dunleavy Jr., who is the GM, said that, hey, trying to bring Draymond back is a priority. Well, of course, it would be. And if that is what your team wants to do, and you can negotiate him taking less, because he's got to be able to see, like, yeah, you need to take less so that we can get some other guys paid, manage our salary cap. If not, some people have talked about him for the Pistons. The guy shoots like 12% from three. Would you say that he had a good season this year? He averages 8.5 points. He basically stopped shooting threes, which is good. 8.5 points, 52% from the field, 7 rebounds, almost 7 assists, like triple single. That's him. Set some screens. Do your thing. Like, that's not, to me, that's not $27 million a season. If he'll take less and stay in Golden State. Don't end the dynasty right now if you don't have to. And some people thought that maybe, Golden State, after their last championship and KD walked, maybe they should have tried to, maybe deal Clay. Maybe they trade Draymond. You continue to build around Steph because he's the guy. But I don't know. It'll never be as good as it once was. And that's what happens. I mean, that's how dynasties operate. Like, when things are going well, you don't ever. It's just same as life. When things are going well, you never want it to stop, but you never realize that it's going to end. You just try to stay as present as possible, and then one day you wake up and life is drastically different. Something came to a close, something came to an end. How do you handle the closing of that chapter? I mean, that's the journey, the battle of life. And so you try to parlay that into sports. Like, it always bothers me when people talk about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Because it looks like right now they are unstoppable. They're going to be in the Super Bowl every single year. They're going to miss the Super Bowl. I bet you they miss the Super Bowl this year. I'd be willing to take the field of the AFC. Why not? Why not? All it takes is one bad snap, one twisted ankle, one knee injury, one bad pass. The salary cap gets a little bit out of hand. You're trying to manage the money, manage the contracts you have in the books. You're trying to add talent to your team. Like, it's the hardest thing to do in sports is to remain consistent. And if you are able to build a competitor, but continue to improve, it's almost unheard of. Very, very few teams have ever been able to do that and sustain it. That's why, like, the Patriots run was so incredible. And every time you thought it was going to end, they bounced right back. And, it just is what it is. Now, Tom went on to win another Super Bowl, and Bill Belichick didn't, because Tom is the God and he should get all the credit. Obviously, everybody knows that. But it's very difficult to do. You're never going to replace Steph Curry. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to get another player of that caliber. He is a once in a generation player, is Steph Curry. Not everybody else, it's Steph. I don't know what Wembanyama is going to be, so therefore I can't call him that yet. At 7'4", should he be transformational for the San Antonio Spurs? Yes. At 7'4", what do big people have? Feet problems. We don't know. Look, Chet Holmgren, same thing. Big guy. Alien. We forgot all about him. Nobody even talks about it. Haven't heard his name anywhere. Haven't seen a video, a picture, nothing. Guy like fell off the planet. Big guys. Feet issues. That's what happens. So, but Draymond of the Pistons, absolutely not. I don't see a homecoming here. It just doesn't fit what we have. It's not what we need. I don't get it. There's something else I don't understand either, and I'm going to ask you about it, and we're going to talk about it next year on X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Imagine this, winning big at Soaring Eagle. Roll on Fridays to win a share of over $8,000 in premium play. Each week in June from 7 to 11 p.m., 3 lucky players every hour roll the dice for prizes. The rolling champion each night wins $1,000 premium play. Roll on Fridays, only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Your getaway reimagined. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete rules and details.
Meijer's Super Sale is here. Friday and Saturday only. Find super low prices on items like Meijer Family Pack chicken wings for $1.79 per pound and 99 cents per pound green seedless grapes. Plus, buy one, get one free Hormel Black Label or Natural Choice Bacon. Don't miss limited time prices during the Meijer Super Sale. Friday and Saturday only while supplies last. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Bill Simonson here with a message from my good friend Josh Garvey. Now, he's the new managing shareholder for Bean Garter. At the end of the year, they'll be merging with Doran Mayhew, and they'll be stronger together as one of America's top accounting and business firms. And speaking of business, if you're a business owner, decision maker, Bean Garter has retirement planning services in combination with Doran Mayhew that can help take a lot of work off of your plate. Third-party administrator for 401k and 403b plans. They plan, document, design, and have maintenance of all plans. They can help you today. Go to BeanGarter.com for more information. Annual employer reporting, Form 500 and 8955 preparation and filing, and compliance testing. So let Bean Garter help you with your retirement planning services for your company. Stronger together now with Doran Mayhew. You can find out more at BeanGarter.com. That is BeanGarter.com.
Glass City, GR to the Motor City. You're listening to X's and Bros on the Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X's and Bros, Michigan Sports Network. Danny Cahalan, Ryan Elke, Anthony Bellino, all joining you. Thank you for joining us, no matter who you are, where you are, how you may be listening, all across the great state of Michigan and in Northwest Ohio and worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. We say good morning to you and invite you to join the program at any time with any of your thoughts. You can text the keyword sports radio, send that to 21,000. You can call us on the Meyer Supercenter guest line, 248-951-2176, 248-951-2176. Okay, so something happened again in the NBA, because it's always in the NBA. But there was a trade that went down where Bradley Beal, who had a no-trade clause in his contract, agreed to go to the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul will head to the Washington Wizards as a part of this deal. And Chris Paul is a little, upset that, that's where Matt and Isaiah wanted to go, is what he said. So is Isaiah working for the team or not? I don't know. The trade sends Bradley Beal to the Suns in exchange for Chris Paul and Landry Shamet. The Wizards are fielding offers to possibly redirect Paul to another team. So bring him on, then trade him. There's also the possibility that Washington and Paul could agree to a contract buyout, allowing him to become a free agent. It's one of those things where I don't know why you'd ever do that. It just doesn't make the fact that this is a part of the business bothers me. But with the new CBA, because there's so much money coming and going here with Bradley Beal, the new CBA is supposed to prevent this type of stuff from happening. But that doesn't kick in until after July. Bobby Marks did a big thing on this about how, like, the new rules that'll be in place. Basically, what they need to do is not have a luxury tax. What you need to do is have a hard cap that you can't cross. There is no tax because you can't cross the cap. If they would just do that, then we wouldn't have to worry about some of this other stuff where it's like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, look at the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns now have so much money wrapped up in a team that has, what do they have? This is one of those trades I just do not understand. I just don't get it. What is Bradley Beal bringing you that's going to put you over the top? Why is this a quote-unquote super team? What makes this a super team? Devin Booker's never won a title. DeAndre Ayton's never won a title. Bradley Beal's never won a title. Who else we got? Kevin Durant, who's only won 2 titles because he joined the defending champs. You have 5 guys under contract right now. Where in the hell, where's your bench? And now, because it's the offseason, shiny new toy, super team, big 4, big 3. Oh, my God. Odds-on favorite to win the title. That's all you're going to hear. This is preposterous. They're not beating Denver. No way. You can't roll out more than one basketball. How is this going to work? Here's Bobby Marks.
Basketball side, sure. When you move off of Chris Paul, who you were likely going to waive, and Landry Shamet, who's a 7th man shooter off your bench for Bradley Beal, former All-Star, that is an upgrade, right? That is an upgrade when you look at the big picture things, okay? What you have to take into consideration to all this is the business part of it, the roster building component, the new collective bargaining agreement component here. Because now Phoenix, with DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker and Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, this is who you are now, unless you are going to go out and move DeAndre Ayton. This is who you are from a second apron team, and we're going to go over all the rules here moving forward for the next 3 years, unless, of course, you move DeAndre Ayton.
Part of the thing this is who you are for the next 3 years. No, you're not. This is who you are until somebody cries and complains and wants out. That's the modern day NBA. This isn't going to work. It's not. They've never won a title as a franchise. I just went through who's won what. None of them have. Like, this is a disaster for Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal. One of those trades where, to me, it makes no sense. Now, Bradley Beal's 29 years old, getting closer to 30. Former All-Star. Is what Bobby Marks said. Last time he was an All-Star was 2021 season. In the 2021 season, he started and played 57 games. The following, 60 games what he started and played. He played 40 games in the 21-22 season and 50 games this past season. Now, he's a scorer. He can fill it up, and that's great. That's all fine and dandy. There's only one basketball out there. That's it. And I look at a deal like this right now, like it is championship or bust. Is Kevin Durant ready for that kind of pressure? Because I just want to go hoop. I just want to play basketball. Well, that's fine, but now you have to win. Now you absolutely have to win. And I've seen a lot of different trade scenarios for the Detroit Pistons that have really bothered me. And part of that is, one, you can only add so many young people to your team. You can only add so many young people. You can't have a team out there of a bunch of guys that can't drink booze. Although that would probably be, that's probably a good thing that they can't drink. The point is that they're too young to drink. That's the level of youth that we're dealing with. You can't run out 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds and expect to win a bunch of games in the NBA. Now, Troy Weaver's having a press conference today. The GM of the Detroit Pistons. What should not happen is trading the one guy that you know can shoot on this team for more picks. I'm like, either the picks are going to work out, or I can't live in this fantasy land where everybody else is at what it feels like. I don't know if you guys feel like everybody on the internet's like this, but I do. Where it's like, oh, we got picks. Oklahoma City's got a lot of picks over the next 100 drafts, right? If they don't pick players that are going to produce, the picks are worthless. It's a worthless pick. Well, you could trade it, package it. For what? What are you getting in return? And who is going to win some damn games? That's what I'm concerned about. And so when it comes down to like, oh, Troy Weaver's having a presser. What is anybody going to ask him? What's the plan, Stan? That's what we want to know. What is the plan? Who's on this team? What's the roster look like? What are you going to do with Hamidou Diallo? Is he going to be a part of this team moving forward? Killian Hayes. What's your expectation for him? Bojan. You have to keep him. He's the only guy that could shoot the basketball from deep. How many big guys are you going to have on this team? Because if you draft Cam Whitmore or Jarris Walker, like, that's Cam Whitmore more of a true 3, Walker more of a true 4. What are we doing? What are we doing with this lineup? We can't possibly have, if Jarris Walker is allegedly a hell of a rebounder and shoots it better than Beef Stew, is Beef Stew on his way out? I don't know. It seems like there's some desire for him. I don't know what that open market looks like for Marvin Bagley. Jalen Durant, like, I want to know right now, project your starting lineup for me. All things are healthy. Roster stays intact. Give me your starting lineup. And what is the expectation for this team?
Oh, you're talking about Troy or us?
Troy.
Oh, okay.
You can answer too, though.
I don't.
Troy
couldn't guess right now because who knows what draft day is going to bring.
What's the expectation for this team? I don't want to hear, oh, they're a few more years away. I don't want to hear it. I don't. How many more years away are they? How many more? When are they ever going to get this figured out? Because now you're adding another lottery pick. And what? You're going to tell me I'm supposed to be happy with winning 30 games? Being 30-52 is supposed to be acceptable? Like, are you kidding me? That's atrocious. So I keep seeing these trades, and it'll keep going through. Like, nothing's set in stone. These contracts aren't worth the paper they're written on. All we know is this. The guys get paid. They complain. They move. Everybody hypes up the new team. They get paid. They complain, and they move again. That's what happens. Where was Kevin Durant at before Phoenix? Where was he at? Brooklyn. How did that go? How many titles were they going to win? Oh, the big three. James Harden and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. We do this every offseason. Somebody comes up with some hodgepodge group of stars. Oh, my God. It's like Kyrie and Luka. Oh, didn't work. Kyrie and the Celtics. Didn't work. Kyrie anywhere without his dad, LeBron James, doesn't work. Kevin Durant, Oklahoma City, failed. Brooklyn, failed. But, hey, really good with the team that's already won championships. Duh, you should be. Phoenix, failed. So now you got Devin Booker, who's got to bring in this mess. And Chris Paul, look, he's fine. He's a really good point guard in NBA history. That's fine. Going to the Hall of Fame, okay. Never won a title. Biggest moments, the lights get the brightest. He just wasn't that guy. He's just not that guy. And that's okay, but that's just who he is. So they want to get better. Are they going to, like, is Devin Booker now the the point guard? Is that what they're going to do? Booker, Beal, KD, Ayton, and whoever else you can find. Now they have to go bargain shopping. Now they have to figure out how in the hell they're going to fill out the rest of the lineup. I don't know. Newsflash to you guys. People get injured, and nobody plays 48 minutes a night for 82 games. They don't have a bench. Let's get to Danny in Brighton, who's on hold right now. Good morning, Danny. How are you?
Anthony, my friend, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Dude, I'm awesome. We missed you at Pizza Fest last week.
I missed you at Danny's Fine Foods. Where were you?
I was at Pizza Fest.
Well, yeah, you should have came in and thrown an apron on. Get to work.
I am way too expensive, bud. But, one day I'm going to bop in and surprise, but just not.
We'll determine how expensive you are when you show us what kind of skill set you have.
Fair.
Don't come out here, puffing your chest up.
Top of my collar, food is not foreign to me. How's that?
That's
fair?
good. I like that. That's good.
So you said something earlier when you're talking about Troy Weaver's press conference and the whole idea of trading players for picks. And it kind of struck me. It's very similar to what people were talking about with my beloved Detroit Tigers, who even when they win 60 games, I'm still on the bandwagon. They're talking about, let's trade this guy for, draft picks or for this prospect or for this prospect. And I'm kind of at the point right now, I'm like, I want to stop with the prospects.
Yes.
I have a ton of prospects now. I want to find out what these guys can do. I want to find out what Carpenter and Green and Torque and Rogers and I can't remember I think his name is Malloy down in the minors, what Parker Meadows can do. I've got a bunch of – I find out what they can do. Those are my prospects. If I cannot win with them, then we can talk about, okay, now let's move these guys and find somebody else. I think the Pistons are in the same place. Listen, let's find out what we have with Dern and Cade and Ivy and et cetera. And let's see what we can draft. Let's see what we have. Are the Pistons going to win 50 games next year? No. I'll tell you what else. I bet Monty Williams is thanking his lucky stars that he is out of Phoenix right now because that is turning into a dumpster fire quick.
Yeah, I just, I think that Monty Williams getting out of Phoenix is probably a good idea. I don't know. And obviously it wasn't by his choice because, if you could stay there, he might be able to get that thing back on track. But this might be a better situation for him. I am not going to blame him this year for anything that doesn't happen that is, failing to meet my not necessarily unrealistic expectations, but, with Cade Cunningham coming back and this draft pick, they should be able to win 30 games. Like, why? Like, winning 30 games, why is that such a milestone right now? Is that how bad we are?
50.
Huh?
I agree with you. Monty Williams gets a free pass at least for this year. Troy Weaver's the guy that I think is kind of under the gun because it's like, all right, dude, you have to start showing us that you're able to build. That's something that Brad Holmes was able to do relatively quickly. Even in the 3-win season, he brought in nobodies that actually were able to contribute. And I think that's one of the things that Weaver has to do. I mean, that Pistons went all in, and, everything that I've read about Monty Williams, what a freaking great guy, and I am so happy he's here. And if you give him the tools, I believe he'll do a really, really good job. You just have to give him the tools.
Yeah, and and some of those tools got to be able to shoot. So I can't do any of these Bojan Bogdanovic trades. Like, the guy doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. I don't know why everybody's in such a hurry to move the one guy that could shoot the basketball on this team.
It's the whole love affair with, we can get picks, we can get prospects. Stop with the picks and prospects. You need actual players because prospects don't play. Players play.
Players play, baby. Players play. Danny and Brighton, man, appreciate the call this morning.
Always a pleasure, Danny. Fine food owner. See you, man.
All right, brother. We'll see you. His salary is $20 million this coming season, partially guaranteed $19 million the next season, and then unrestricted free agent at the age of 36 in the year of our Lord 2025 for Bojan Bogdanovic. Like, he's on the back end, but we know this. But this is like, he's a catch and shoot kind of guy. And, please figure it out for the love. But just another trade that made absolutely no sense. Bradley Beal going to Phoenix. Where should James Harden play next? Oh, step into a world of nonstop action over the DraftKings Casino. Play the classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots. Plus, you can enjoy exclusive games you can't find anywhere else. Right now, new customers who deposit at least $5 can get a match of their first deposit and score up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds. All you have to do is sign up, select the offer of your choice, and start playing from a full suite of games. Download the DraftKings Casino app right now. Sign up using the promo code HUGE. Get a match of your first deposit of $5 or more, up to $2,000 in casino bonus funds, only at DraftKings Casino, only using the promo code HUGE. Now, if you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, wants help, needs help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline, 800-270-7117, 21 plus, Michigan only. One per opted-in customer. Minimum $5 deposit, max match $2,000. Deposit and bonus amount required 15 times playthrough within 30 days. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/players choice. Restrictions do apply. For Danny Cahalan and Ryan Elke, I'm Anthony Bellino saying so long. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Michigan Sports Network.
Meijer's Super Sale is here. Friday and Saturday only. Find super low prices on items like Meijer Family Pack chicken wings for $1.79 per pound and 99 cents per pound green seedless grapes. Plus, buy one, get one free Hormel Black Label or Natural Choice Bacon. Don't miss limited time prices during the Meijer Super Sale. Friday and Saturday only while supplies last. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Imagine this, winning big at Soaring Eagle. Have a blast with Rolling Thunder Camper Giveaway. Saturdays in June, 2 players every hour win $1,500 premium play. On June 24th, the 11 p.m. winner rolls out in a new Coachman Catalina Legacy Edition. It's Rolling Thunder Camper Giveaway, only at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Your getaway reimagined. Visit SoaringEagleCasino.com for complete rules and details.
Hey, this is Matt Shepard from the Michigan Sports Network. I love summers in Michigan because it means golf season. Now, 2 things always when I go golfing. I make sure I got my sticks, and I've got plenty of cold, fresh Labatt Blue Light. Whether I've just squeezed in 18 holes or I just want to relax on the patio after a long day, everywhere I go, and I'm serious when I tell you this, I tell people about the smooth, genuine taste of Labatt Blue Light. It's just a great beer. Michigan Sports Network is giving you a chance to win a foursome to Michigan's best courses. Just listen weekdays to The Huge Show and X's and Bros, or just text GOLF to 21,000 to enter. That's GOLF to 21,000. The trip includes 2 overnight stays and 2 rounds of golf, all brought to you by my friends at Labatt Blue Light. So grab a Labatt Blue Light the next time you head out onto the course and enjoy the blue skies, because blue is for Michigan summers and great times. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt is a registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
When you're in construction, you know that every minute matters and every dollar counts. You've got materials to purchase, employees to pay, and deadlines to meet. What you don't have is time to worry about your accounting, taxes, or ways to grow your business. That's where we come in. We're Bean Garter. And while your business is construction, our business is helping you run your business better. From tax planning, payroll processing, or R&D credit studies, we're here for you with concrete advice and answers. Let us help you build a solid foundation for your business. Whether you're a subcontractor, developer, architect, or engineer, of all the things you build, make your business the strongest. Experience service, expertise, and simplicity at Bean Garter. Find us online, beangarter.com. Bean Garter,